All right, hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out as always. So a little something different here on the channel today. We're actually going to do a product review. So we're in the arena here because we're going to be pitting a couple products against each other. And so we're going to be looking at mini snaps today. A friend convinced me to do this because there's not that much information out there and there are no videos really that compare these mini snap options. So if you're a Flesh and Blood player, you're intimately familiar with these. I have tons and tons. So here's my Ultimate Guard Sidewinder, which just a few of my equipment pieces here. And they're all in these Ultra Pro mini snaps. So I got my Runeblade stuff, of course. I also have like 2 New Horizons. I upgraded to a cold foil, so I got to sell the rainbow foil. Anyways, so a bunch of equipment pieces here in these mini snaps because these sit outside of your deck. And so you can kind of keep them protected in these mini snaps. They can sit on your playmat in the little zones here. And they're nice and protected. Your expensive equipment pieces, right? Those legendaries that you want to keep protected. So, Flesh and Blood players love these mini snaps. The Ultra Pro, as mentioned, is sort of the gold standard. But there are a couple competitors popping up now. So this is the Ultra Pro. I'm actually going to open this one because I don't have like a clean one. All of mine are all scratched up from use. So I'm going to open this one up and we're going to take a look. But this is what we've been dealing with. Really clean, clean surface. It does have a little bit of a lip. So when you have multiple, they do stack quite nicely. They kind of like lock in to one another. So a little bit of a lip, but it's pretty minor and it's pretty elegant. The one complaint I hear people have, and here's the thickness. We'll talk about the thickness in a little bit, but the one complaint I hear is that they can pop open. So it's sort of just friction locking. There's no real snap. They're called mini snaps, but it's just a friction lock. So you have kind of a little lip around the border here, which lines up with the top piece, and you kind of just press it together and it's sort of friction lock. It can withstand some dropping sort of thing, but if you drop it the right way, it's not that difficult for your card to kind of fall out, right? So I've personally never really had that many issues with that unlocking, but I do have some friends that complain a little bit as they're fumbling around, you know, they open up and lose their cards. So I think that's really the only main complaint about this. And so recently, this is unbranded. It comes in a box. I have the box here somewhere. But Gamegenic, which is a company that I love, love, love. I use only Gamegenic sleeves now. I kind of, went over to Gamegenic years and years and years ago. But love Gamegenic sleeves. I have several Gamegenic Dex boxes, which I'll show, including the academic Tolarian Community College deck box, which is fabricated by Gamegenic. But I love Gamegenic, love the sleeves. So they came up with this as a solution for Flesh and Blood players, slide card cases. So this is a new competitor on the market, I think, to give Ultra Pro these snap cases, mini snap cases, a run for their money. So here is that. I have one open here, actually. So this is the Gamegenic slide case, and I was really excited about this. It seemed really cool, and again, I'm a huge fan of Gamegenic, but I was kind of underwhelmed by this, to tell you the truth. So it is cool. Instead of, pulling apart and friction locking together, the Gamegenic one sort of slides. So you like push the top over and it slides open, but there's not much of a locking mechanism. So it just kind of pushes together, and I can, with, relatively little effort, pull it apart again. So I think you get into the same situation where if you drop this weird, it's less likely to peel open and your card falling out, but I don't think it's that, difficult for it to kind of slide open. And then you have to kind of find the edge here and slide it back together. So I'm not that impressed with the locking. Like you can see, I'm really, really gently moving my thumb, and it's enough to unlock it, to initiate that slide. It also has sort of that lip. So, if I were to open this one, we would be able to stack them together in a similar way as the Ultra Pros. So here's a fresh one, nice clean. Also nice clean design, little lip, so very, very similar. Looks almost identical to the Ultra Pro snap case. I believe they're pretty much equivalent in thickness. The lip on the Gamegenic one is a little bit more pronounced. So, but beyond the lip, very, very similar in thickness. I wonder if it stacks. Yeah, so it stacks actually really nice. They lock really, really tightly. If you have a mixture of Gamegenic and Ultra Pros, they would stack together in both directions. But yeah, thicker lip on the Gamegenic. Not super impressed with the locking. The one that just came out of the bag is actually, I'm having quite a difficult time opening it. So maybe this one locks a little bit better. Oh, there we go. No, it's the same kind of deal. So it doesn't really lock that well together. I was pushing it in the wrong direction was the issue. The other thing that I noticed on the Gamegenics ones is there's a line. Oh yeah, you can see it. There's a line on the top and the bottom, and this is not a scratch. This is by design. This is from the one that's fresh out of the pack. Yeah, you'll notice the same thing, that line on the other one I have. But anyways, the two lock very, very well together. It locks with the Ultra Pro as well. Similar in thickness, so it is an option, but to tell you the truth, and being a big fan of Gamegenic product, I'm a little underwhelmed by it, so I'm not sure I'm going to be picking up any of the Gamegenic stuff. I don't think, in my opinion, it dethrones the Ultra Pro stuff, the mini snaps that we've been using for the last little while as a community, I think. And so a new contender now, and I don't know if they're actually new, but they're certainly new to us. So I think somebody posted on the Purple Discord about these as an option. And they're what we're calling these Japanese snap cases. And they're actually super interesting. So you cannot buy them, or they're quite difficult to get your hands on. So the friend that I mentioned that convinced me to do this video graciously lent me these and the Gamegenic slide cases as examples to talk about them on the channel. And so he put in a large sort of bulk order. I think he got like 72 of them to justify the shipping cost. So the shipping is really where they get you. Here in Canada, I think the shipping was about $40. He ordered them off of Amazon Japan. No duty or anything like that, so it was pretty good in that regard. And so buying in bulk like that, a big 72 pack order, he was able to cut or justify the shipping cost, and it came down to about $1.50 per case. So not too bad in terms of cost. And these are really, really interesting as an option as well. So they're far thinner. So this is a pack. They come in packs of 3. I'm not going to open this pack, but this is what it looks like. So you can get this. You can find this on Amazon Japan. I'll post a link in the description of this video if you're interested in checking it out. He was sort of making it rain. He was gifting these to the community at our armory yesterday, throwing them around for people to try out. And so really, really generous of him. But yeah, the main selling feature, there are 2 main selling features of this product that I can see over the Ultra Pro or the Gamegenic option, is that they're far slimmer. So really, really slim. So here's a comparative. I know, hard to see, but I believe, so let's see. If I stack up 2 of these Gamegenic ones, the 2 Gamegenic ones are thicker than the 3 of the Japanese mini snaps. So for every 2 Ultra Pro or Gamegenic that you can fit in your box, you'll be able to fit 3 of these slimmer Japanese mini snaps. The other, again, the main complaint I think for the Ultra Pro, and as well as I think the Gamegenic, is the locking mechanism is not very strong. This one I could yeet across the room, and I'm confident it would not come apart. So it has proper snaps on the side that really lock them together. So there's a bit of a tab in the middle, and I have to really pull in order to get it apart. And it kind of, you'll hear the snap probably. It really snaps in place. And once it's in place, I'm literally confident. Here, why not? Let's throw it across the room. Just hit my furnace. Let's go gather it. So it hit my furnace and went through to the other side. It took me a minute to find it. A little dusty, but it is still, there's no way that would have come apart. So really strong locking mechanism. It really has that going for it. Much slimmer, so you can fit, and again, as I'm picking this up, the Gamegenic one is kind of coming apart. So you can fit, 33% more at the very least, if not more than that, in your deck box, okay? It also fits, which is kind of interesting. This may be a selling feature, or it may be, a con to you, I'm not sure. But it fits a double-sleeved card. So here's my Cold Foil Phantasmal Footsteps that I pulled at Canadian Nationals. Beautiful card. I have it double-sleeved in an inner, so KMC inner, and a Dragon Shield, or not Dragon Shield, Gamegenic. Again, big Gamegenic fan of their sleeves, and a Gamegenic outer sleeve. So it fits perfectly in a double sleeve. It's not moving at all, a little up and down, which I think would allow you to also put in a Dragon Shield, which is a little bit taller. So there's like a few millimeters at the top here. So I think it would also fit a Dragon Shield. So with the sleeve, this top is upside down. With the double sleeve, it locks in, and it becomes really rigid as well with a nice double-sleeved card in there. That allows it to have like a cool colored back. You can see the back of your sleeve if you want. So you can put in your double-sleeved cards, extra protection. I've noticed that with the Ultra Pros, your sleeve kind of jiggles around a bit, or I don't know if I'll have an example. I tend to sleeve from the top down, so like the card kind of falls down to the bottom through the sleeve. Kind of see the gap at the top here, and you sort of have to like bang it at the top to get it back up, sort of thing. Now you see the gap at the bottom. So that is a slight annoyance. Again, probably not like a deal breaker to most, but if that is a concern, then this is a real option, because that card is not going anywhere. It's very, very secure in there. Again, I could yeet this across the room with the Cold Foil Phantasmal Footsteps, and I wouldn't be worried at all. So really secure, heavy snap, thin, which allows you to store more. The only con that I could find, and so we'll test this. I'm going to move out the other ones. So here's our new contender, Japanese mini snaps, really clean. The only potential con is it is a bit, not thicker, much thinner, but a little bit wider, okay? I don't think it's a significant amount taller. So as an example here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Ultra Pro mini snaps. There's a little gap in the back, and I can slide in my new Japanese mini snap at the front. But I don't know if it's going to be hard to see, but it is a slight bit taller. So maybe you can see there. It is probably, I would say, 3 to 4 millimeters taller, or in this case wider, right? So it's stacked like this. And so being at the front, it's not actually a big deal. The Sidewinder closes really, really easily. I did notice, however, if I put it in the back, so I'm going to put it in the very back where the flap, the top flap hinges, and it doesn't close. I can force it closed, but you'll see there's a bit of a gap there where you can see all the tops of the Ultra Pros, but that new Japanese mini snap sort of interferes with a little bit. I am confident that you'd be able to stack these and close it, and especially if you had a few in here, if you didn't pack it and you allowed them to kind of fall a little bit, there would be no problem at all. You'd be able to close your Sidewinder and you'd have no issue. Where you become, or where you run into more of an issue is, I have some more Gamegenic products here. This is just some extra cards, but Boulder, I love these Boulders, by the way. Or the Bastions, the new Bastions, really, really cool product. But the Japanese mini snap will not fit. So it's like a millimeter, like I can sort of force it in if I put it somewhat sideways, but it does not quite fit. Whereas the Ultra Pros and of course the Gamegenics are going to work with Gamegenic's product. So the Gamegenic's slide case and the Ultra Pro mini snaps are going to fit easily with a little bit of play there. whereas the new Japanese mini snaps are not going to fit. So that might be a deal breaker for you. Let's see. I have another lovely Gamegenic deck box here. This even here, my Reinar deck is in here, and I have my my draft setup here, my limited setup. But again, not going to fit. Not even close for this one. It was closer to fitting in the Bastion. Not even close. So not going to fit in your Gamegenic's tower there. However, love the Academic, by the way. This is my main deck box that I bring everywhere. This is where you're going to find my Vincent deck. So here she is, Vincent. So on any given Armory day, you're going to find me in my local game store, you know, turning my CC deck into a Blitz deck or vice versa, getting ready for that. And this, by the way, still has the divider. I'm going to take out all my stuff. So this has the divider in there, right? So I usually keep my notepad and all this kind of stuff in the divider section. So this one easily fits the, you know, you'll notice once again, I have all of my Ultra Pro mini snaps here in the front, my size morph divider, and this is going to easily fit the Japanese mini snap. So even with the divider in it, it does fit it quite well. So if this is your main deck box, then this is a really viable option. If you have a Sidewinder, if you're storing them sideways, this is a really valid option. Will fit. Let's see if it fits in the trays. Oh, look at that. Foil Zen State token. So it does not fit in the trays, unfortunately. Little bit too wide. It won't kind of go down. But, you know, if you want to store your equipment in the main section, it fits even with the divider. It fits quite nicely, nice and snug. So really cool option, actually. We are probably, as a community, going to be putting in a bit of a bulk order of these because I do think they're a really interesting option. It does limit where you're going to be able to put them, so I'm probably not going to be, you know, off of Ultra Pro mini snaps entirely, but it's a really cool sort of slim and secure option for your cards. So I don't know. I'd like to know what you guys think. If you have picked these up, if you've heard of them, if you have any thoughts on them, if you think they dethrone our current front runners, Ultra Pro mini snaps, I'd love to hear about your opinions. But yeah, I think worthwhile checking out, worthwhile picking up a few, and maybe, well, again, you kind of have to buy bulk if you want to justify the shipping costs, but worth checking out at the very least. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think these are a strong contender, and we'll talk to you real soon, okay? Cheers.